Though to be honest, any starship you're on, when somebody in charge says prepare for ramming speed, you're in trouble.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Stellaris, our Bromance series here in Stellaris 2.0 with the Apocalypse DLC. My name's Mal. I'm once again joined by my brethren. How are you fellas?
Good.
Good.
Hello.
Doing well.
Alright, so let's see, what happened to what hey, you just settle yourself down over there. What's going on? Who's got what's good? Like, I finally broke out of my corner, so I'm happy about that.
You weren't quarantined, did you?
Found each other.
That's right. Yeah, you guys found each other.
Yeah. I'm going to start my war very soon.
War? You're going to war?
No, not that I'm going to war, but somebody's going to war against me.
Oh.
Tactical retreat.
Because you're a troublemaker, that's why.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, exactly.
We all know that.
Well
Star
documented.
system charge.
Well documented.
He's all about starting rumbles.
Yeah. I know a few companies that will agree with me.
Complete.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but I'm going to keep to myself that information.
I just ran into another alien group. This one's 752 military power. Man, they were all about just forcing me back over here. Sheesh.
Wow, I just found a guy at Word. What are the chances?
Early expansion, huh?
That depends if I can reach it before my adversary does, and it looks like I can't, but... Well, wars are for that.
That's quitter talk I'm hearing.
Construction complete.
I'm going to make him quit for his life. From his life.
That's what I like hearing.
Yeah.
That's the kind of aggression we love to hear. Considered a career in the Guard.
You just wait for me, evil alien.
We can't share map details until we make a federation, can we?
Yes, you
can share.
You can.
Communication. You do communication, which shows every empire you've had contact with, and you can also do active sensors, and that'll show you what the other person's seen.
Yep.
Receiving communications.
Do you remember that huge land you were talking
Thank
about?
you very much.
There is an empire there.
Minerals has been really tough for me this game.
Minerals. Always.
Yeah. I'm swimming on them, to be honest.
I don't know if there's any good edicts for that. It doesn't look like there is.
There is. It's just, is it worth? I don't know if it's worth it in the early game. Like,
It's also researchable. You have to get it first, and it's it's not as common as the.
Indirectly, you've got recycling campaign, right? So that would help some.
Yeah, but not in the early game.
It's because it's such a small amount.
No, it's because of the influence cost.
Well, it costs energy.
Oh, it's cost energy.
It costs energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
So
you have the energy to spare, it's okay.
I've got lots of spare energy, so I'm gonna try the recycling campaign, see how it helps.
Yeah.
Okay, it got me 2 more minerals a month, which isn't great, but that'll compound because it's over a 12-year period.
Yep.
I finally have another faction, so we got 2 now.
I can't show amass energy in the start because I know I'm going to need it later.
Thriving political atmosphere in my empire.
Star system charted.
Nice.
Yeah, I got one with 12 here. I gotta hurry up and get it under wraps.
Gotta get one of those construction ships there quick.
Yeah.
The problem is I hate leaving space like in between. I really want to take these systems like in order, you know?
Yeah, I
Actually,
I leave
there's
space
no gain in leaving space between unless you want to save for the minerals, because the influence cost is just double. I mean, every time you jump one space to build a outpost, the next one it adds the influence to build both of them. Did that make sense?
Yes.
So all you're saving is 100 minerals for every jump you make. And you have to expand that influence later on again, so Even on influence is not a saving. It's just if you want, if there's a system that you really want to grab and to choke your opponent, if you have close borders, you can skip grabbing that system by doing that. But
Okay.
that's the only practical use for what you're trying to do.
Star system charted.
Wow, destroyer technology.
Mickey, you
Interesting.
can't settle on ocean worlds, can you?
Not that
I
I'm aware of.
can. I can.
I'm not asking you. Not asking you.
That's my peoples.
No.
That's my whatever mantis, shrimp, crawfish people. They love the water.
Trying to think of funny names for planets I colonized, but I just can't think of anything.
Stockhole.
Anybody?
Nobody can.
Everybody's just drawing a
Aaron?
blank.
Anybody
I'm
hear it?
Aaron.
Titan?
Oh, I'm married.
I got one over here.
I still can't find you, Mal. Still can't find you.
Okay. You will though, eventually.
What's that supposed to mean?
Turns up my doorstep with an armada. Hi! Friendly greeting!
I didn't
Wait a
mean
second.
it like that.
Wait a second. Okay, the vaguely trapezoidal shape that you were stuck in. Okay, if I say it looks more like a house with a
Anomaly
lopsided
found.
roof, does that make it? Is that closer or further away from what your local star, like, area is?
Well, maybe the easiest way to do this would be, you know where the Crossroads Nebula is?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, and I'm trying to see
Yeah.
if this is it.
If
'cause-
you
Wow.
go down the map, Galactic South, then you would run right into me.
Okay, which
Of the
path do you
Galactic
take
Door.
from the
Guys.
crossroads? Do you go left or right?
Guys,
What-
be careful with south. There is a devouring swarm there. 6 o'clock on the outer ring.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere near the outer ring.
Yeah, just be very careful.
Star system charted.
So yeah, Mal, where are you from the crossroads, left or right? At that
Star
junction.
system charted.
Okay, so if you go down one, you would go right.
So it's
basically
right.
Southeast,
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
and then southeast again.
There you
down,
go.
down, 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 and then you gotta kind of curve back around to get to me.
Wow, really? You are not close to the crossroads. I mean, technically, distance, you are close, but in terms of
Technically,
jumps,
but
you're not
jumps,
close,
I'm
yeah.
No.
Okay, if you look at the crossroads and then look immediately north of the crossroads,
Yeah.
like you see that it's 5 stars, but it looks like a trapezoid-ish.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's where I originally thought you were. That's at this point quite literally on my doorstep.
Oh,
That's
I
where
see.
I'm at.
I got you. Now I see
And
what
I
the
just
confusion
lost
was.
my Gaia planet. Damn.
Ooh, what?
Your homeworld?
No.
Oh.
The
Oh
possible
my God.
expansion.
No, the other
Oh.
one he was bestowed upon by the RNG gods.
Yeah.
I was terrified for a second.
No.
Don't the
What
ancient
the
empires
RNG
not like it
gives,
when
the
you
RNG
take...
takes.
Only if they have only if they're holy guardians, and only if they have.
Oh, right,
homelands. But if it's like Prophet's Retreat or Jade Jewel or something.
Yeah.
like that,
If it's Prophet's Retreat, they will come crush your face in.
there's like 10 names in the list or something like that.
If they want
No.
the planet so much, why don't they just colonize it?
Well, because
I don't care if it's sacred to them!
then the mechanic. Because then they don't have a mechanic to use for that empire.
Yeah, it would just be their base, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming to get you, Mal. I'm
But
coming to get
that's
you,
an
Mal.
answer-
Gonna
that's
science
an
you.
answer basically similar to anything else. Like, well, I criticize movies a lot, and like one of the things is, well, why are they doing this? Because if they didn't, there wouldn't be a movie.
Yeah.
Right. It's so stupid. Why do you do
Anomaly found.
that? Because movie. You know, it's because reasons and stuff.
Because Tom Cruise needs a paycheck, okay?
But does he, though? Does he? Does he really,
That was
though?
essentially my answer to World War Z. It was like, why is this a thing? Because Brad Pitt needs a paycheck, alright? That's the only reason this exists.
But does he? I can imagine that everybody else on set, maybe, that might be the case, but of all people, I don't think he really needs a paycheck. Like, everybody else, like the hundreds of people working on the film.
Nobody else get a paycheck for that movie if Brad Pitt wasn't in it.
Yeah, that is true.
If you ever watched World War Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a bastardization
Star
of the
system
movie.
Of the book?
I suffered through it. It's such a bad interpretation of the book.
The book was fantastic. I love
I was
the
so
book.
looking forward to seeing the Battle of Yonkers on screen.
Yeah. What the heck?
What's that?
But yeah,
No.
I mean, why call it World War Z and have it be literally nothing? I mean,
Stars.
that,
Well,
I've had
because
people,
it's a cool name, and
Like, it's
because
funny,
maybe
too,
they
'cause
would sucker some people into seeing it. That's why.
people who didn't read the book, I'll tell them, I'll be like, yeah, the book was so much better, and they're like, well, yeah, that's like that for everything. I'm like, no, you don't understand.
Literally
The movie
nothing's
had-
the same.
Nothing to do with that.
The movie had
There's no
nothing to
character
do
that
with the
shares a
book.
name in this book between them.
Yeah, why don't I don't know why people don't get that stuff. It's like why.
Well, I mean, they just use it for the name. Like you said, it's like horror games using the title survival. It's like, it's not a survival game. It's a horror game. Dead State or Dead Space, Evil Within, not survival games. They're not horror survival games. Just because they're horrors and you have to survive
Well,
the
third
game.
Dead Space is kind of a survival game. But
Yeah,
that's
no.
only
Play Dead
because they needed
Space
to
on
fit
No,
in.
it wasn't.
Simulated.
Dead Space 3 was not a survival game.
No, Dead Space 3, that game does not
Construction
exist. It's not Dead
complete.
Space.
But it does exist. You have to acknowledge
don't
it.
dare you calling it Dead Space. It's not
It
Dead
exists.
Space.
I'm sorry. It exists.
No, it does not.
The first step is admitting. it.
Lies.
It's
The
a
first-
bad
the
bad
first step
co-op
admitting you have a
expansion.
problem. It's lies. Don't ruin me. I love Dead Space, but Dead Space 3 sucks.
First step is admitting it.
Construction complete.
No, I will not admit it.
Yeah,
'Cause-
like I have
'cause
to-
what we
as a
need
Halo
in Dead
fan, I have
Space-
to admit that everything past Halo 3 exists.
Ugh.
Well, other than Reach. And,
Other than we can all agree.
and ODST. Basically anything past Bungie. Basically all the non-Bungie Halo games exist. But
Construction
that doesn't detract
complete.
from the rest of them.
We don't know why they exist.
Oh,
They just do.
'cause
I can.
Oh,
I can,
right, yeah.
Because
I can
Microsoft
do
needs a
you
paycheck.
all. I can do you all one better. All of you one better. Mass, Effect, Andromeda.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
just
It
sad.
was soul crushing.
That is sad. It's
I
sad.
never played it. I never
Technology
played
secured.
Andromeda.
Oh,
I
Star
immediately,
system
when I
charted.
saw it, I was like, this looks
You're-
like and
you're
I
not
never
losing
picked it up.
anything if that makes you feel better. So I
Oh,
actually
no.
feel bad because a community member on the day of release sent me a key for it, bought me the game, which was
Oh.
super
Yeah.
nice.
Oh.
Which was super nice of the person. They're like, "Mal, this is great. You can continue on," because I had done a complete playthrough of 1 through 3, right, on the channel.
I'm
And they were
gonna have
like,
to watch
this is
that.
this is awesome. This is awesome. Now you can play Andromeda. I'm like, yeah, that's great. I played it for 34 minutes. Exactly.
What in particular stopped you playing it?
Quit the game. Uninstalled it. I've never returned to it.
What in particular made you quit the game? What was
It's
the
not
last
Mass
straw?
Effect. It's not Mass
Yeah,
Effect.
exactly. It's not.
It's
Mass
just
Effect.
not a Mass Effect game. I don't know why. You know,
Well,
it was.
you know the reason because there's actually been like I've read a lot of about it. One of the things that threw people off immediately, and one of the reasons people say, "Well, this isn't Mass Effect so
System
definitively."
charted.
It's the same thing. Like I'm relating this back here. It's the same thing as the Halo franchise when 343 got into it. It's the change of art direction. Like it. Vaguely similar to the previous games, but they have a different
Technology secured.
they have a different team working on it, and they have a different like idea of what the art design should be, and it immediately just disconnects you from the series.
For me,
Like
the biggest disconnect was one. Obviously, we didn't have any real connections to the older characters, which that's okay. You kind of had to move on, right? It had to evolve. But for me, the other part of it was that you go from, and it made a significant difference in my opinion. You go from being a sort of military-based, characters and motives and what have you, and having this definitive threat that's against you, to this more... you know what it was? Here it is. Instead of being Mass Effect and being heart-driven, like wartime
Star
story,
system charted.
wartime story with a lot of drama and connection to the characters, it became Star Trek. I'm an explorer, and we're in trouble a little bit, and we're gonna have some connections to the characters, but this is a story more like Star Trek.
You know, I have to
And
admit,
I
I have
like
to
Star
admit,
Trek.
in the
I like
trailers,
Star Trek.
Okay, I was about ready to
But
fight you.
I love Star Trek.
Yeah.
Okay.
Glad you clarified that.
But I didn't get Andromeda with the anticipation that I was going to be playing Star
Yeah.
Trek.
and
It's
that's
like
the thing
if I-
with the
you know-
trailers. I remember watching them and like, okay, so what's the premise here? They've left the galaxy. I'm guessing. I don't know why. I can only assume it's because of the Reapers. They've left the galaxy. They've gone to the Andromeda galaxy. And now what? There are bad guys? Okay, I can see that in the trailer. And what?
Anomaly found.
So what's going on? There are bad guys, and they're going. I'm sure they're gonna clash. But what?
They're new bad guys, I guess, is the deal. I mean, I guess that's the deal. They said it was a new set of bad guys, but
yeah.
They're new
I
bad
could
guys.
not. I just
Okay.
absolutely could not connect to the characters, and the fact that they made it a brother and sister, so you'd have male and female gender, I thought was stupid. And then there was all the bugs, the facial desyncs, and all the other problems that they had. That just exacerbated it. But for me, what killed it is it did not. To Roach's point, it didn't look or feel like Mass Effect. You know what? If I had never played Mass Effect, and if I hadn't read all the books, and if I hadn't, really immersed myself in that world, yeah, right. If I never knew anything about Mass Effect, and this was my first experience with Mass Effect, I might have thought it was great. That's entirely possible.
Yeah, that's my complaint about Dead Space 3. If I have never played the first two Dead Spaces, I would have thought, hey, this is a Gear of War spin-off. But as a Dead Space game, no, it's not Dead Space. Dead Space is all about terror and survival.
Yeah.
There's a quote I always remember, and I think it epitomizes kind of the opinion I have on Mass Effect Andromeda. Is that I gotta give a shit to give a and I don't give a about this game.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. You if you're not connected to, especially in those games, if you're not connected to the characters really quickly, then what's the point? And that's really for me where it was like meh. It was like it's not doing it for me.
Yeah, well,
A huge miss. Huge miss.
So am I the only one? I'm just gonna ask because of
Attacking
you're a big
enemy
Mass Effect
vessels.
fan. I'm a huge fan of Mass Effect 1,
Yep.
and my opinions on the game go lower and lower as the series drags on.
Yeah.
Like,
Agreed.
Star system charted.
peak
Though-
was Mass
though-
Effect 1.
Though I have to say, Mass Effect 2, some of the DLC that they produced for Mass Effect 2 is some of the best sci-fi RPG story ever written. Like if you played Mass Effect 2 and did the Shadow Broker DLC, and that's all you did, it would be worth your time and money to buy the base game and that DLC.
Well, see, I'm saying what am I trying to say here? Like Mass Effect 1 for me was a straight RPG, and it was a really good RPG that I really liked. It had a lot of mechanics I enjoyed,
And it was also
very
complicated.
It was also
And
very complex.
Yes.
And you could wrap your head around it as you started figuring out. You got better at the game and all that kind of stuff. And when Mass Effect 2 came about, the gameplay was simplified, but the exterior bits were fleshed out. So into character to character conversations, animations, dialogue was better. It was touched up, but everything else was brought down. Like all the gameplay related stuff was brought to a more simpler area that I didn't like as much. So that's like my opinion on the series, and I find myself to be in a very minority on that.
No,
A lot of people I talk
no,
to.
At least,
You're
at
not.
least not with me. My favorite is
too.
still the first one. My favorite is still the first one. And as a matter of fact, I spent a lot. It actually took me a while. Again, I'm not that bright, so it took me a while to do it. But I went and got all of the different, various plugins and just a lot of third-party mods and whatnot to increase the look, the HD, basically retexture everything. So when I did my Mass Effect 1 series on the channel, I spent the time to beautify it before I did it. And honestly, it looks damn near as good as the other ones, and it's a better game, and it's a more interesting story.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something terrible and say that I wasn't really into Mass Effect 1.
That's okay.
In terms of the general player population or the general gaming population, you're in the majority there.
Yeah, it seems like the majority kind of settles on Mass Effect 2 being their fave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a nice balance between RPG and game mechanics. Mass Effect 2. It's just like Dead Space. I really love Dead Space 1. For me, it's the best history by far from all Dead Spaces, but I like to play Dead Space 2 more because I think it's a more fun game. And as I said, Dead Space 3, that game does not exist for me. Because they screwed everything up, especially the story. Story of Dead Space 3 is garbage. Mass Effect is something like that too.
Because Bruno, don't forget, in Dead Space, what we need is to not fight monsters but fight humans, and also to try get back your old girlfriend, and also have your old girlfriend's new boyfriend be an arsehole. Because that's what Dead Space needs. That's what makes a Dead Space game.
Oh my god.
And co-op. Although then again, to be honest, co-op is always fun if you're playing with people you
We want to
like.
experience the asshole boyfriend together, so co-op's it.
And then throw in this really weird mechanic where where one player sees something and another person doesn't, and it kind of just for a second, and for like half the game, it kind of makes you wonder if like you're desyncing or if this is the design of the game.
I actually love that mechanic. I thought it was one of the few original ideas of it.
I figured out it was a part of the game, but like when it first happened, like the guy I was playing with was like, "Okay, are you seeing this nutcracker right now?" And it was like, "No." Okay, something wrong? And it was just like it wasn't creepy or like interesting. It was just like, "Oh, I think we got to restart this."
I need to load in my nutcracker.
Like,
oh man, but I always love the discussion of who you're gonna play as, the tool or the dick. And those are your two options. Who are you gonna be?
Kind of like life that way.
Yeah.
poetic.
Oh man.
Technology secure.
You're not gonna believe this. I'm like boxed in again. I've got like enemies on either end here that I'm gonna have to clear out.
You've got a 900
No,
fleet, haven't you?
Won't believe it either. It just I keep going down a path, and then there's another force, and I have to go down another path, and it's just like I hope I'm at the crossroads of Nebula proper right now, and I'm hoping I don't encounter something, because then that's my last area to go, and I'll have to actually start shooting things.
I guarantee you, there's people that have been like, "Oh, they did the hyperspace lane that way. It's gonna be easy for them." Like, really? You finding this to be easy for us people? Well, you're wrong.
To be honest, I'm stunned that I'm actually okay here.
The only people that says those kind of things is the people that play on normal. I'm going to say that right on their faces, and I don't care.
Yeah, right on the face, right on their faces.
Right on the person who plays by regularly. I take offense.
Right on the face.
I was gonna say, Commissar Roach is a normal Stellaris player.
Yep.
Not anymore, though.
Oh no.
No,
You threw that light out the
I still
window.
am. 99, like 1% does not change me over like
Nope.
99%.
100% now.
Out the window and in the face.
Mm-hmm. Yep. One of the few, one of the proud, one of the bromance means you got to play on a high difficulty level.
Yeah.
And I'm
When we
at
die,
least
we die
reasonable.
together.
I'm at least reasonable. Like you know, on this one, I'm like trying to talk them out of, you know, let's just play on very hard, guys, not insane. Lord Sabouts is like, no, it's not insane. And I'm like,
I
but
have
can
no
we
idea.
not?
Yes, Sabouts and I play to lose.
Yeah, and then Mickey, oh my god, with 7 days to die, it's just, it's
We're gonna die. We're gonna die. We just have to, you know, accept it.
That's actually though, you know what though, that last series was pretty darn fun. I mean, we died, but we had a good time.
Oh god, there were some terrifying moments there. Just
I like the insane ones. I think it's a lot of fun to play on insane.
Yeah.
It is,
absolutely.
generally speaking.
So,
Yeah.
Sabouts, are you gonna make me play on very hard on Hearts of Iron 4?
No,
when we do our
because-
series?
Because
I can't-
regular Hearts of Iron 4 is very hard for me
I
already.
can't play it. I tried. I can't play. I'm too stupid to learn how to play it.
Oh no, you're not.
Stars.
Oh no, I am. I
Probably.
assure you. Yeah. No. I assure you, I am.
I've taught a person who literally never touched the series before, and it only took me 60 episodes to do it. And they're
Only.
Mon.
You like that? You like that? Only.
Yeah, the only part.
That was good.
Sphere of
Yeah, that was good.
expanded.
Yeah, you could learn it though. I know you could.
That's good vouch. I'm a decent-ish teacher on the game.
Stars
You learn things.
uncharted.
You do learn things and stuff.
Stuff and things.
Stuff and things.
Alright, I killed this other fleet. That was actually pretty good. I only had 100 military power on him, but I took him out with only minimal losses.
Who knows, man? Maybe you could join us for a game.
For what? For
Hearts of Iron 4.
Waking the Tiger's coming out in like 2 weeks.
It's gonna be my first time playing it for the most part now. When I did that stream, but when I started that stream, I had a whole whopping 17 minutes of game time.
Yeah, it's a little sketch for me to jump into that. I don't know.
It's
I mean,
honestly not that bad. It's just the UI you have to get your head around, and some of the gameplay mechanics, but it's simple.
Well, my thing is why the hell is the UI for that nothing like Crusader Kings 2, nothing like EU4, and nothing like this? Why is it completely different? Why?
Well, I mean, a little thing called the Industrial Revolution happened in the time period between those two games and Hearts of Iron 4, probably, and there's differences in the way things control. I'm spitballing.
Whatever.
Keep spitballing.
It's unnecessarily obtuse, in my opinion.
I don't know.
That was not a hard denial, sir. That was a. Yeah.
My Paradox experience. I cut my teeth on Victoria too, so like I kind of.
That was a good game.
Yeah, no, it was. No, and how are you complaining? Wait.
I know it's coming.
You can play Victoria too, but you can't get your head around Hearts of Iron.
I know. I'm embarrassed to even admit it. Thank you.
You should.
Thank you, good sir. Thank you. I tried because I got it really early too when it came out. And,
my comment section is gonna have a field day with
I
you.
was excited. I was excited to play it. I tried to learn it.
Chat. Shame him.
I even asked my buddy. Marbazir, and he's like, "Dude, it's not that hard." And I'm like, "No, Marb, seriously, how do you get this?" And he's like, "Dude, it's not hard." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm a moron. Explain it to me like I'm 5." And he's like, "I'm not sure that I can." And I'm like, "Well."
Then it's that hard.
Oh no, I definitely can. I had to do that with Sabouts. Like,
Oh!
Oh! Wow!
System charted.
Whoa!
oh come on. Anybody who's seen that live stream, it was a little slow going there for a bit, but you learned it.
I did. I'm proud.
You should.
That I did.
17 minutes, and you. What did you do again? What did you do? You did something. You were in Italy, right?
I managed to beat
a year and a half to...
Ethiopia.
Yeah.
In a war. I almost lost.
Were they really strong at that stage?
No.
Yeah, that's kind of.
It's Ethiopia.
It's Ethiopia. They were throwing spears at my tanks, and yet I almost lost. I was playing as Italy versus Ethiopia, and I almost lost.
It's an East Coast. It's an Eastern African coast nation in the 1940s.
I'm not really sure what to say to that. Were your tank pilots drunk?
I did win. It just
Eventually.
took me a couple more years than historically accurate, which we already said we wanted a historical game, and I was trying to provide that.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
That was the
Stick with
reason.
that story. That sounds good.
That became the running joke of the night.
It was great.
The anti-tank spears that the Ethiopians were using.
Yeah, they had anti-tank spears, and that was really the big problem.
They had Sabouts spears.
It's like Imperial Guard Rough Riders.
Yeah.
Melta spears.
Melta spears. They just come riding in with spears. You're like, oh, this isn't so bad. And they throw it at your tank, and then your tank just explodes. You're like, oh my god.
Anyone else having energy problems? Like, that's starting to become an issue for me.
I did, but it's sorted.
That's normal.
I was having minerals for a while, but I've seemed to combat that, and I'm doing all right now.
I'm doing okay on minerals for the most part. It's really more energy right now. I'm gonna have to shift things. I'm also having issues with food. Not bad, but just a little bit. I need some tech upgrades. Would go a long way to fixing that. I am now actually finally starting to take some territory, so that's helpful.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, I need to get another
Tactical
retreat.
retreat.
Is it possible I've run out of places to explore to?
Technology secured.
No, I'll just go through Roach's territory. You don't mind, do you?
Yeah, whatever.
What?
I might ram you with my science ships. Just imagine the look on a scientist's face.
It's a habit. It's a habit. I play adversarial a lot.
I can just imagine the look on a scientist's face when someone, like one of the commanding crew, says, "Prepare for ramming speed." What?
Technology secured.
Last starfighter.
Though to be honest, any starship you're on, when somebody in charge says prepare for ramming speed, you're in trouble. It's never gonna end well.
Enemy
I'm
presence
heading to the nearest life pod.
exposed.
You're potentially in trouble. Sometimes it's a good thing, right? Occasionally.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, me too. No,
It's pretty much always. It's pretty much always bad. Yeah. Probably.
You should generally find the area of the ship that's most central, because you don't want to be on anywhere on the outside.
We're over on time. Like, we haven't been on time once yet. I
Well,
think we must be having a good time.
We're doing an awesome job of keeping track of time. That's what I'm going to say.
All right, folks. Hope that you enjoyed it. That you join us for the next one. Till next time, I'm Mal for Sabouts, Mickey, Vanguard, and Commissar Roach. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Alright.
I've got to say, guys, I'm like by far the most inexperienced at this game, but yet I'm not really having any problems. I mean, I'm so bad at this game, my home planet was starving. And I had trouble building ships because I didn't know which button it was. Granted, it was something to do with the UI, but the pirates aren't really that much of a big deal.